Hey there, it's your friend Chris Luck. I'm the creator of AIville, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to create and make viral AI UGC product ads in 3 steps. So the 3 steps are, don't let it kind of look too simple because it is simple in the sense that it's only going to be 3 steps, but I'm going to show you a lot of examples of things that we can do kind of just for fun, things that you can do to really build your portfolio up if you actually want to get into the business of creating AI UGC ads for people, not just ads, but specific product placement ads. Because I've done a live stream a long time ago just talking about generating like AI UGC ads, but it's very different from having UGC ads where just someone's kind of doing a selfie talking to the camera and it's AI versus taking a product and then making the product look real when it's actually in their hands and they're talking about it and holding it up at the camera and all of that. So it's a little bit different of a skill set, but I do want to do a shout out to all of you. They're taking the time to be here. Thank you, Jonathan, by saying present and accounted for in Las Vegas. We've got Ollie coming in, and we've got coming in from Alaska. We have Jonathan also is in Vegas as well. And what's up, Jonathan? And then also thanks for saying good audio. What's up, Ray? So let's go ahead and just get started right now because this is something that I feel like it's only going to be like a 30-minute live stream, but it's probably going to turn out to be a much longer than that. But I have an outline that I actually kind of want to follow along because I'm going to show you where you can get this outline later. A little hint and disclaimer, it's inside of AIville, but the outline is going to have prompts that we're going to be copying and pasting. So I've spent all morning working on this, so let's just go ahead and get right to it. So I'm going to share my screen, and on the left side of my screen, you are going to see the steps that we're going to go through. So step 1, I'm going to show you how to make your AI influencer in to actually get your product that you want to put in the hands of an AI influencer. I'm going to call it productified, and then or AIified. And then step 2, there's a very specific way that I recommend writing your script so that your AI UGC video has a lot of impact to it. Then step 3, I'm going to show you how to create your AI UGC video ad. And step 4, I'm going to do a breakdown and kind of a deconstruction of a case study of someone that's already made $3,200 making AI UGC videos like this. So looks like we have a bunch of you coming in from Las Vegas. I wonder how the word spread about my live streams in Las Vegas. I love it. So we have also Raleigh, North Carolina. My mom and dad are here on the back porch, and yeah, this live stream is definitely going to be a pleasant surprise. Thank you very much, Queen Bee, for being here. And we got Susan coming all the way in from Oklahoma. So, all right, to get started, you can see I've already have done this quite a bit because when you want to create any kind of like AI UGC product ads, it's always fun to have kind of like your army of creators just ready to go that you can, especially if you want to do this as like a freelancer, you want to have a whole bunch, the more creators you can have in your arsenal to kind of show off to people what you can have them do, the better. And just to show you to kind of start, you can kind of see, I'll walk through the creators that I've created for demos here in a minute. But to create your AI influencer, you need to use obviously an AI image generator. Now, as of right now, which is, I don't even know what day it is, Monday, March 9th, 2026 at 4:04 p.m. Central, Nano Banana 2 is going to be my favorite, and you can access it through Gemini. So as of right now, you could go to the Gemini app, and when you go to, this is by Google, and then when you click on create image, you're automatically using Nano Banana 2. And if you're watching this live stream in the future and there's like Nano Banana 7, it's probably still, this is where you would access it. However, what I like to do, now you don't have to do this, but if you plan on creating a lot of these AI influencers and AI UGC ads and you want everything all in one place and like one kind of dashboard or one workspace, then I recommend using Higgsfield, which you just go to higgsfield.ai. And what's really good with Higgsfield is you can create folders. So I created a folder called UGC creators. So as I create all of my creators, I can just kind of keep them all organized in one place, where with Nano Banana, you're pretty much just kind of stuck to just the chat conversation threads that you have. So if you want to turn this more into a business, or you want to create a lot of AI UGC ads for yourself and you want to have different creators, just Higgsfield is good with just organization of everything. And you're going to have access to all of the image models. You're going to have access to all of the video models all in one place. And we have Meg coming up in all the way from Sydney. Thanks for taking the time to be here. What time is it in Sydney, Meg? So to create your creator, there's a very simple prompt template. And this prompt template, if you don't have access to AIville, then you can just screenshot this while you're watching on YouTube if you'd like. But I make all these just easily available for you to copy. It's in the blueprint section. You'll see the AI UGC ads blueprint, which is what I'm going through right now inside of AIville. So you want to, this prompt works great. I use this prompt to create all of these kind of creators that you see here. I created someone that looks kind of like Martha Stewart. I created someone that just, looks kind of like a Barbie on the beach of Malibu. I created someone that looked like Dolly Parton. I created someone that looked like Kim Kardashian. I created a guy that looks like just a gold miner from the 1800s. I just created like a school teacher. It looks like she's in her 30s in a classroom. A girl looks like, she's in her 20s in college. A guy that looks like Willie from Duck Dynasty, which is one of my favorite shows. And then just a gamer that looks like he's gaming in like a room where it's just full of like 1980s stuff. So I created all of these examples, which we'll get into later, using this prompt. So the prompt is hyper realistic shot of, and then you describe the person. So you could say a woman that looks like Martha Stewart then describe the scene. So a woman that looks like Martha Stewart in a high-end farmhouse style kitchen, looking directly at the camera. This is really important that you put this in though. Hyper realistic skin texture with visible pores, soft bokeh background, cinematic lighting, highly detailed features. So when you copy something like this, you could go in, I'll show you both ways. So we'll create a new one kind of on the fly here. So we'll just say hyper realistic of we'll say guy that looks like he's a CrossFit athlete and in let's say CrossFit Games competition, looking directly at the camera. So, and then I leave everything else the same. So I can copy this. I'll show you the difference between using Nano Banana 2 directly with Gemini and then also using it with Higgsfield. So with Nano Banana 2, you just have to send that in and then you're just waiting. Now Higgsfield, if you want to access it on Higgsfield, what you do is you go to Image, you go to Nano Banana 2, and then from here, you're going to see all the images you've created that are just kind of sitting there. This is kind of like your history in Higgsfield. But I'll just come down. I'm just going to paste that exact same prompt in, and then I'll just leave all the settings the same. So the format, you can make it 16:9 or any other ratio. I like to use 16:9, so I at least have a full background in a scene for that person. You can always crop it in whenever you start doing portrait. And then what's really cool with Higgsfield is you can generate 4 at a time. So when I hit generate, now it's going to generate 4 different versions. And then it's also using Nano Banana 2, but instead, like with Gemini, you just generate the one, which this is actually a really good shot. So this would be a guy that looks like he's a CrossFit athlete and he's actually at the CrossFit Games competition. So that's really good. And most people can get away with just using Gemini and you're perfectly fine. However, with Higgsfield, it's going to take a second for it to generate. So while it's generating, rather than kind of jumping around a lot, I will say this week I planned on ahead of time, I was going to schedule all my live streams for this week. And it was going to be Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Central. And then I looked at my calendar and I realized I have a lot of stuff kind of going on throughout the day on some days. So I'm going to try to make them probably around 4. Some days might be 2, but I'm really probably just going to schedule my live streams the day of. So just keep an eye on my YouTube channel if you want to make sure you hit me on one of my live streams and catch me on one of my live streams. And I was actually going to make content this week about ChatGPT's new 5.4 upgrade that they had. But that's not me. Like I started trying to put together like an outline and I was going to walk you through like the new update with ChatGPT 5.4. But that just made me feel more of like a news guy. And I'm not a news guy. I'm more of a let's get in and play with this kind of stuff thing. So the last live stream I did, it was all about AI affiliate marketing for beginners. and I was showing some of the really cool ways that you can do affiliate marketing in the world of AI, is to create user generated content. And people that were on the live stream loved what I was showing them. So I kind of pivoted and made sure that I just want to kind of keep that going. So today I wanted to not just show you how to do user generated content again, but also how to do it in kind of some different ways using some different models, and then how to actually put products in their hands. So that being said, that's kind of what we're working on right now. So again, if we were using Gemini, we just get the one image, like it or not like it, then you'd have to go create another one. With Nano Banana, you can then see, I got this image, I got that image, I got that image, and I got that image. So I could pick whichever image I liked and then get rid of the others. I would say out of all those, I like this guy the most. So then what I would do is I would just then take these other ones and just delete that one. I would delete this one. I would delete this one. And then for this one, I would click on the, here, let me zoom in so you can see a little more. So what I could do is click on this one. I can add it to a folder called UGC creators. So now I've got my asset folder of all my UGC creators, and now he's in it. So then we can keep track of all the creators we have, like all in one place. So that is the prompt template, and have fun with it, because again, just to show you some of the prompts that I did for these other ones, you will not be able to get, you'll not be able to get just Nano Banana, but any image editor or AI image generator to create someone that is Dolly Parton. You can't say like a hyper realistic shot of Dolly Parton, because it's going to hit these guidelines and it's going to say that, sorry, it can't do that. However, how I got around this, and this is what you can do. This was the prompt that I used to create her. Was, let me zoom in so you can see it. So the prompt was a hyper realistic shot of a woman that looks like Dolly Parton, wearing a country outfit, sitting in a rocking chair on her back porch at sunset, looking at the camera. It's important when you're doing these, you always say looking at the camera. Otherwise, it might show a shot of like her looking off in the distance, and you just wasted time and credits generating something that you're not going to be able to use. And then this last part, always just don't touch that. Just leave it exactly as is, because then you'll get the best possible output for this. So that's how I generated those. And just to show you the details of this too, let me just go ahead and download. I didn't even generate this one. Well, I know I did generate in 4K, but if I download it, I'm just going to zoom in on my computer so you can see the quality of it. And we could even upscale it more, but I mean, there's really no reason to. I mean, you can see that is pretty darn good, all the way down to like, you know, her mole on her face, her lip plump, and like just everything. So yeah, so that's really, really good using Nano Banana to create your AI influencers, however you like to create them. So that is step one, is you got to create your influencer before you can actually make it like a UGC video. Then part of step one is, and this is what kind of makes this video a little different than other ones I've done in the past, is if you have a product, which the whole point of an AI UGC product ad is somebody has a product and they need an AI influencer talking about the product. So if you have a product, you need to download the picture of the product. You can download it from Amazon. You can download it from like the website, or maybe if someone contacts you on a place like Fiverr because they want you to do work for them, they will probably just send you the picture of the product. But what you're going to do is you're going to have a picture of the product. So like this is one of my original Nerf Super Soakers XP100s when I was a kid, and they just brought them back. So this is pretty cool. You can like get this on Amazon. This is the exact same one. So I went and found it. I downloaded it, just the single image. What people are doing where they're falling short when it's coming to AI UGC product ads is they take one image and upload it along with the image of the person they want holding it, and then they just say, put this in their hands. That's okay, but you're leaving so much for AI to hope to get everything right. So I found a little trick, or like a little cheat code of what you can do here. Is you want to go to, here, I'll do it in Gemini so you can just kind of see it. So you would take this product, the Super Soaker gun, and you would drop it in a new chat in Gemini. knowing that we're using Nano Banana 2. And then what you need to do is you need to say, create a 3x3 grid of different angles of this product. So you'll see what I'll do here. So I'm going to generate this. And again, if you have Higgs field, you could use it in Higgs field because then it will generate 4 different versions of the 3x3 grid. And then you can just pick whichever one is your favorite one. And Wendy says, do we need to register the Super Soaker and have a license to use it? Probably back in the day, because back in the day, these things were extremely powerful. And it was definitely one of those you could shoot your eye out kid kind of things. But then they weren't on the market for a while. Now they're coming back. Okay, so now what we do is we have this like product grid. Now the reason we want this product grid is we want to download this as our new image. Now, because whenever we go to actually place this image in like an influencer's hand, we want to make sure we're telling AI like, here's all the different angles of this product, and it's gonna give you much like less chance of screwing it up. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. Okay, so now you created the product in a grid. Now you have to place it in the influencer's hand, and this is going to be the best shot or the best prompt that you can use for this. So a hyper-realistic shot of, then you describe the product. So I would just say, of the Super Soaker water gun in the influencer's hand. Match the lighting of the product to the environment. Soft bokeh background, cinematic lighting, highly detailed features. Okay, so I'll show you in Gemini. So it'll just, I think I download Dolly Parton, didn't I? we'll have Dolly Parton holding it. Okay, so she's in a rocking chair. I'm just going to rename it Dolly so I know she's on my desktop here. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Gemini, and then before we generate an image, we are going to pull in Dolly Parton, and then we're going to pull in the grid, not the one image of the Super Soaker, but the 3x3 grid that we created with Nano Banana 2. Now we're going to go ahead and copy this prompt and paste it in and say a hyper-realistic shot of the Super Soaker Nerf water gun in the influencer's hand. We're not going to say in Dolly Parton's hand because that's a chance of you might get like triggered by a guidelines filter, and then it'll just say, sorry, we can't do that. And then it looks like a misspelled cinematic, so we're going to go ahead and put that in. And then, okay, so now what we'll do, and it doesn't get this right the first time usually, because we're just leaving it up to AI to figure out the product dimensions and all that. That's why it's really important to have the 3x3 grid, because it's less chance of AI messing up the whole image. And that's why I would recommend Higgs field, because in one prompt, you can get 4 variations right away. And out of those 4 variations, one of them is going to be the best one. So while we're waiting here, I'm just going to take a look in the chat because I love to interact with all of you that are taking the time to be here with me. So we've got Banana Passion that says, oh my God, I was having an issue with image generation. Thank you. You just suggested for me how to generate various angles. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Welcome. So this is what we're going to get. So now we've got Dolly Parton holding the gun and the Super Soaker water gun. Hopefully YouTube doesn't flag me by saying just not saying water gun. So I'm trying to download the full size image because I want to make sure that I get it on my desktop so then I can zoom in and I can show you what the full size image looks like. And just taking a little bit. Again, I much rather work in the environment of Higgs field, but I understand not everybody watching this live stream is probably gonna have a Higgs field account or wants a Higgs field account, but here you go. So you can see now, this is the water gun and that is in her hand. So what's really cool about this is that in generating, and when I said Nerf Super Soaker water gun and it saw the image, it probably, we don't really know what goes on behind the scenes, but I would imagine AI went out there and went and found that actual product and figured out the dimensions to make sure it's accurate dimensions in her hand, and that this is extremely accurate for the size of that water gun. So now that you've got that, so we have an influencer, we got the influencer holding something, holding the product. Step 2 is you want to write the script. Now, writing the script is crucial because you don't want this to sound like an advertisement, okay? So your goal should be to have a very simple structure that anyone can follow. Very simple words. Built to stop the scroll fast. You need to make sure that it's simple and short, that it could work on TikTok, could work on Reels, could work on YouTube Shorts, And thanks, Holly. Holly said, I need this exact info today. Thank you, Mr. Luck. You're very welcome. And Kingdom Influencer Life, love that name, by the way. In Higgsfield, can you allow AI to use the best generator for your purpose, or do you have to tell it to use Nano Banana? You have to tell it to use Nano Banana 2. I'll tell you though, right now, as of today, Nano Banana 2 is going to be the best one for this. And whenever there's a new model that comes out that crushes Nano Banana 2, if that happens, trust me, I will do a live stream and I will talk about the new image model that just crushed Nano Banana 2 and for all the purposes. So for now, you don't have to worry about trying other ones out. Okay, so for your script, you want to start with a hook. So you got to keep in mind when you're generating images and you're doing it, here I'll show you. I'm going to jump ahead for a second, but you're going to see here in a minute that you're going to have about 10 seconds for your duration for your video. And you could go higher, you could go less, but around 10 seconds is going to be good. And I would say 8 to 10 seconds max. Now, that gives you about 200-ish words for the script to kind of come out to 10 seconds. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to walk through how the script should be structured. So you want to grab the attention in the first 1 to 2 seconds because you want to create curiosity immediately and make the viewer stop scrolling. Some examples would be, I did not expect this to work, or I wish I knew about this sooner, or I found something crazy today, or I tried this, so you do not have to. Then part 2 is the problem. The problem is you want to show a real frustration or pain point. Make the viewer relate to it instantly and keep the situation just very simple and very real. So example would be, my phone battery died, but dies by mid-afternoon. My coffee takes forever every morning. My charger always stops working. I never sleep well at night. Like whatever the product is a solution for, you just want the viewer to feel like the person, this UGC creator, experiences the same problem that they're experiencing. Then part 3 is a discovery. You want to introduce the product naturally, show how you found it, do not sound like an ad. Some examples would say, then I tried this. A friend told me about this. I randomly found this online. Someone recommended this to me. And then part 4 is the result. You want to show what changed after using it. Focus on the outcome, make the benefit obvious. So examples could be, now my phone lasts all day. My coffee is ready in seconds. I sleep through the night now. It fixed the problem instantly. Then part 5 is the call to action. You want to tell the viewer what to do next. You want to keep the action clear and simple. So examples could be, you should check this out. I will link it below. This is worth trying. Definitely take a look. So some easy ways to remember this, if you just want to kind of write this down, your script for these UGC product ads should follow this kind of framework. So attention, you get their attention, you hit them with a pain point that they're relating to, you introduce the product, you talk about what it did, and then you give them action. So attention, pain, product, proof, action. APPPA, if that matters. The golden rule of UGC ads is you want to talk like a normal person. You want to avoid sounding like a commercial. You want to keep the tone very casual, keep it very honest. And so the script template could look like this. So I did not expect insert product to work. My problem always, and then whatever the, sorry, I misspelled that, frustrating outcome. Then I found the product. Now, then you talk about the specific result or improvement. So you should check out product. Okay, so that's like a template. If you just want to copy one prompt and then just fill in the blanks, there you go. So an example of this would be, I used to get confused by AI. Now that I have my very own Chris Luck action figure, he's my reminder to check out his live streams about how to use AI every day on YouTube. Something like that. So it's fun. I forgot to show you that. So because I don't have an actual product, to really demo for you other than like the Super Soaker water gun. So I actually I used Nano Banana to make an action figure of myself. And then this is pretty much my outfit. I always like wearing hoodies, black jeans, and I usually have my Clover hat, and then I have like Nike Jordan 1 lows that kind of match my Clover hat. And then that's it. And then I made a 3x3 grid of me as an action figure because I thought it'd be kind of fun to have this while we're kind of playing around with this. Okay, so now that you've got your Chris Luck action figure, you want to create your UGC ad. So you want to select your video model, and I recommend, again, Higgsfield AI, because as of right now, I've tested every video model there is for this kind of stuff. If you were doing very natural use UGC videos, like just funny, like talking videos that just no one's holding a product. There's no product placement. It's just kind of just on the fly. Looks like someone's holding their cell phone. Sora is always going to be the best for that. And then when I did my live stream last week when I do it on Friday, where I talked about AI affiliate marketing for beginners, about the AI gold rush, I use Sora the whole time because Sora is really good if you don't have a product the person needs to hold. But when you're actually taking it a step further and giving AI the image of the influencer and then also a 3x3 grid of the product, Sora just doesn't quite cut it. It falls apart. So what you want to do is the best video model that I found for this is going to be Kling 3.0. So to access Kling, I've never used Kling directly, but what you can do is when you go to Higgsfield, you go to video, then you choose Kling 3.0 on the top. So now what it's going to do, and you can see I played around generating a few of these, and I didn't do Dolly Parton holding the water gun, but I did my guy that looks like Willie from Duck Dynasty holding it. And then I've got a girl in a coffee shop holding the Chris Luck action figure. And then I've got this gamer guy holding the Chris Luck action figure. But I'll show you the result of those so you can see what it works or how it works. But let me explain kind of the prompt to you. Okay. So you go to Higgsfield, tap on video up top, select Kling 3.0 for your model. Then it's going to take you here. It's going to always show you a history of like your videos. So don't wonder like, why is it showing me videos already? Those are just the videos you created previously. So then what you're going to do is upload your image from step one. So whatever image you had, so if I had like Dolly Parton, holding the water gun, it would look like that. So then what you do is you take the step one and then you just drag it into the start frame. So I just drug her into the start frame. It's going to take a minute to load because it's a very high quality image. Now, if you put in high quality input for an image, you're going to get very high quality output for the video. So don't put in an image that is like a low resolution. You want to get as high of a resolution as you can putting into Kling 3.0 because you'll get a very high resolution video back. Okay, so then we upload our image and then you want to use this prompt. So this prompt is a little longer, but it took me forever to figure this out. It is so hard to get AI to actually speak exactly what you want it to say without it screwing up a word or putting in a filler word or it just doesn't work. So then I've got this kind of cheat code prompt to give you right now, and this is it. So UGC style of, and then you describe the person in the photo. So UGC style video of woman holding a Super Soaker water gun. The person is looking directly at the camera as if recording a short social media video. This is a scripted line and must be spoken exactly as written. They must read the following dialogue exactly as written. Do not paraphrase, do not summarize, do not improvise, do not add words, do not remove words. Speak the dialogue word for word exactly as written. And then you put in your dialogue. Okay? So we're just going to put this in here, and I'll just generate one just for fun because I'm not going to follow my exact script that I just gave you because I'm not going to waste your time kind of having to think on the fly, but I'm just going to say UGC style, hang on a second. UGC style video of the woman holding the water gun. The person's looking directly at the camera, blah, 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 blah. Dialogue would be, let's see. I used to be scared of strangers coming up on my porch at night. Then I've got the new Nerf Super Soaker XP 100 water gun. Now strangers will never come up on my back porch. Okay, I'm just kind of making something up. So I just want to make sure that it said it right. Now strangers will never come up on my back porch. We'll say, thanks, Chris Luck. And then if you want something, if you want to kind of add some flair to it, if there's a specific style of accent you would like, if you would want the person to be British or Australian or ghetto or country or Southern or even a specific area of let's say of the United States, you'd be like Southern Alabama or Southern Texas. AI will get that and it will actually make the the dialogue and the dialect to sound exactly like what you say. So I'll say, I'll show you where to do that. So they must read the following dialogue in a Southern Texas accent, exactly as written. And then we got it in there. Okay, so now what we do is that you've got your script, then we got to generate your video. So you select your duration and your format and you tap generate button. So the model is Kling 3.0. And then here, there's nothing left on the left side of the screen you really need to see right now, because other than the very end when we go into a case study of how people are making money making these ads for people like yourself. So we'll get to that here in a minute, but I'm going to make this full screen so we can you have more real estate to look at. Okay, so you want to choose the model, Kling 3.0. Duration, again, we'll just keep it around 10 seconds. I like to just start off generating 720p to make sure I got everything right. And then if it worked well, and if I need to create something that's actually going to turn into an ad, or if I'd be doing this for a client or something, I would go back and regenerate it at 1080p. It's just going to take a little longer. So now I'm going to hit generate, and then this is where you just wait. So while we're waiting, what I'll do is just do a quick check-in with all of you that are here live. I'm going to show you some examples of ones I've already generated, so we'll just kind of have some fun while we're waiting to see this generate on the fly. Are you enjoying this? Like those of you that are watching this, because I know I've made some UGC tutorials in the past, and when I go back and look at the number of likes to the number of views, the videos of the topics that people like the most seem to be the ones where I'm showing you how to make AI images or AI videos or user-generated content videos. So I'm trying to combine all of those into this one. So definitely, if you've not done so already, do me a favor and hit like on this live stream. Even if you're watching the recording of it, hit like, because that is what is going to help me know what to make more content of later and just maybe go down different paths on that same type of topic. So let me go ahead and share what some of these videos were that I created. So first I'll show you when I tried to generate this girl reading a script on Sora, I want you to see how it just doesn't feel real. And then I'll show you the one that I made with Kling 3.0 and how it's much different. So this is Sora. So this is a bad example, but you'll see.
AI has always been hard for me to understand. Then I started watching Chris Luck on YouTube. Now I can use AI to help me with everything. I take Chris everywhere I go.
Okay, so she wasn't really moving a whole lot. She felt kind of robotic. There was a lot of background music. There's the watermark floating around because I actually generated it directly on Sora. But, you know, that's kind of like, it's kind of like a man kind of thing. Oh, by the way, we've got Dolly Parton's video. But now let me show you the one that was made with Kling 3.0 so you can see the difference. So when I suggest to you, you should use Kling 3.0, I want you to know that I put all the different models to the test, and this is the winner, and you'll see why.
AI has always been hard for me to understand. Then I started watching Chris Luck on YouTube. Now I can use AI to help me with everything. I take Chris everywhere I go.
Big difference, right? So she had a little like the Southern accent. Her face expressions were changing based off of the words she was saying. She was even moving the product as she was talking as if someone would really be doing that. The camera was slowly moving in. It just felt so much better than what you saw with Sora. And thank you for all of you that are letting me know that you're finding this useful and very informative. And something to keep in mind too is as I'm doing these live streams, I'm always trying to think of little kind of nuggets and tidbits that are like little cheat codes that you may or may not necessarily be generating AI videos for clients or product ads or anything like that, but at least seeing my framework on how I plan things out, what tools I use for why, how I test different tools, just little tweaks that you can make to your prompt. Hopefully that's just going to make you a better user of AI in general. And that's kind of my whole purpose of these live streams. It's not to just give you an A to Z guide on how to do XYZ or whatever. It's just to give you a lot of really good, useful information that you can apply across all of your AI stuff that you want to end up doing. Okay, so that was her that was actually on Kling. Now let me show you this gamer kid, and then you'll see this was also generated with Kling.
I used to get confused by AI. Now that I have my very own Chris Luck action figure, he's my reminder to check out his mood passions about how to use LiveStreamI every day on YouTube.
Not bad. Then we're going to have Willie here.
I've always struggled with hunting. Now that I have this Super Soaker XP100 water gun from Nerf, I'm good to go. Thanks, Chris Luck.
All right. And by the way, those were all just a one-shot prompt. It was just doing like what I just did right now. I did not run them a bunch of times and download the best one and then share the best one with you. And I'll show you. I'll like take the Dolly Parton one, and this is the first time I ever generated this video. It may or may not be good. They're not always great the first time out, but you can at least learn, if they weren't great, what you can do to make them great. So we'll just, the first go at this one, we'll see how this turned out.
I used to be scared of strangers coming up on my porch at night. Then I've got the new Nerf Super Soaker XP10 water gun. Now strangers will never come up on my back porch. Thanks, Chris Luck.
Not bad, right? So honestly, when it comes to generating UGC product ads and ads that you could take things like this and really go viral with them. That was all the steps that there really was. There's not much more to it. It's just, you need to know not just what models to use. And I see that some of you came in like kind of why we were in the middle of this. So I'll just kind of recap without like going through all the details. But remember, like step one, you just want to make your AI influencer and you need to get the product together. You need to select your AI image generator. I'm recommending Nano Banana 2. You can access it directly in Gemini. Or if you want to do kind of what I like to do and generate like multiple images at a time, you would come in and choose Nano Banana 2 here directly in Higgsfield, and you can generate multiple, images at a time. And then if you have a product, remember, download a picture of it, and then you need to create the product grid, a 3x3 grid of that product. So like how I had the one product of just me, then I just made a 3x3 grid. You need that so then AI has more angles and everything of that product that people can actually insert it, or you can use AI to insert it into their hands, or there's the scene. And then the script is really important. If this is an actual product ad, you want to make sure that the script is powerful enough where people are going to relate to it. And then to create your AI UGC ad, again, I recommend using Kling 3.0. You saw it's much better than using like Sora for this type of stuff, because Sora, just when you start having it do product placement and they're holding something, everything looks very AI and robotic. So, and then you're able to see once you generate your video, just like what I did with the Dolly Parton one, how quick and easy it is to just create something really good on your first go around. So now, my goal was to get all of that taught to you within 30 minutes, and we just passed 30 minutes. So now is where we get to have a little bit of fun. And this is what I want to try to start doing on these tutorial-based live streams, is teach you everything you need to know for the topic of that video within 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes, we'll just kind of play around and just kind of hang out. So you're welcome to leave if you need to leave and go somewhere. But if you want to kind of hang out and stick around and interact with me a little bit, we'll just kind of create some wild things kind of on the fly. We'll do that too. Because one thing that I don't see other people doing when they're teaching AI anything is they don't show you generating this stuff in real time. They always speed things up so they can just, their videos just move faster. But then when you're trying to create these images yourself, or you're trying to create the videos yourself, it's just taking forever and forever and ever. And it's like, and sometimes it times out, or maybe you picked the wrong model. It's like people just don't do a good job showing you in real world use cases how this stuff works. So that's kind of what I'm here to do, is try to be a nice little placeholder for that kind of stuff. So now the last thing I wanted to share with you before we kind of hop around and mess around with some of these other influencers is how to make over $3,200 with UGC product ads. So what people are doing is, I found Joey here over on Fiverr. And if you don't really know much about Fiverr, which I doubt, if you've been following me, you definitely know Fiverr by now, but you can go to sellonfiverr.com. And it's a marketplace where you can just create a profile on Fiverr and become a freelancer from anywhere in the world, literally in your underwear at your kitchen table. No one cares, because you're just creating services and gigs, offering solutions to people, and you're telling them how much you charge to offer what it is that you can deliver to them. So I found this guy over on Fiverr. Joey creates AI UGC ads for products or services. So notice he says he has a vast collection of models. So his portfolio just says, I've got these people, and then, I will do UGC ads of a person holding a product and talking. So that's all he does. $10 for one video. He has 325 reviews. He has 3 orders in queue. He's already brought in over $3,200, and this is a newer seller on Fiverr that's offering this kind of stuff. So what you could be doing is step 1, you would go to sellonfiverr.com, create your profile, and then you create a gig about what it is that you could do. So I recommend taking a look at people that are already doing this, and then find people that have like at least 100, 200 reviews, see what they're titling their Fiverr gig to be, see what they're doing in their portfolio to show off what they're capable of doing, and then think about how can you be 10 times better and have a much of a better presence than they do. So I recommend having high-end portfolio examples. And what I mean by that is, instead of having a portfolio of a cat playing around with a cat toy, why wouldn't you want to have a portfolio of a CrossFit guy holding holding a Monster Energy drink, and then talking about, if it wasn't for Monster Energy, he wouldn't have been able to get through this competition. And then people that are watching this, watching your portfolio and the work that you're creating, they could choose between this guy that is showing you how he can make cat toy UGC videos, or this girl talking about chemistry or whatever, just sitting in her living room. They're trying to decide to choose that person, or they can choose you, where one of your ads is the CrossFit guy holding a Monster Energy drink. Another ad could be this Martha Stewart looking person holding a new, I don't know, I'm not really big in the kitchen, holding a cast iron skillet, talking about how great this new cast iron skillet is. Having this yoga instructor on the beach of Malibu with waves in the background at sunset, talking about how, she loves this new yoga outfit. Having a girl that looks like Kim Kardashian, in a high-end gym, talking about, whatever new app or whatever she downloaded. Dolly Parton talking about a water gun. A gamer kid talking about his Chris Luck action figure. I mean, if all of those were your portfolio videos, people would lose their mind, because you just positioned yourself as the Rolls Royce of creating UGC ads, because you're showing what you're capable of doing. Then when people are trying to decide between you or between Joey here, you can charge higher prices because your portfolio looks like a higher end portfolio. So that's something to really think about when you're trying to stand out with all this stuff. And I see some people in chat are talking. What's up? Latrinda says, thank you, Chris. Finally, I've been trying to learn this for the longest. You make it look so easy, and you show us how to generate revenue with it. That is what I'm here to do. So I'm glad that you're enjoying it. So check this out though. A lot of people, when they see that I'm talking about creating an account on Fiverr, creating gigs, instantly people are thinking in their mind like, oh, that's great, but I can't do that because Joey here has 300 reviews already. No one's going to want to choose me. People don't care about the number of reviews. They care about looking through the portfolio and seeing what you're capable of doing. And if you can create a portfolio that is just mind-blowing, then that's really going to make you stand out. However, if you still have some internal fear thinking you can't do this, what you can do is you can go to ChatGPT and just explain to ChatGPT what you're creating and what you're doing on Fiverr, and then ask for it to give you ways to get customers based off of where you're already hanging out online. So if you love Facebook and you're on Facebook and your friends are on Facebook, you're in Facebook groups, and let's say Facebook is where you like to spend your time online. Well, what you could do is you go to ChatGPT, and then I'm just going to think off the top of my head here. So I am creating a new Fiverr profile where I am going to offer AI UGC product ads for people. And I've never created a Fiverr account before, never have created a gig before, and I'm going to make incredible portfolio examples of what I can do. So I have that going for me, but I don't have $1 to spend on marketing. I love Facebook and I could spend all day on Facebook. Can you give me 20 very detailed descriptions of ways that I can use Facebook to get customers on my new Fiverr profile for these AI UGC product ads that will not cost me anything? Okay, that's a long prompt. That's why I like to use dictation because I can just talk and think and then send it on through. So then check this out. So now I'm going to send that over, and then right away it says, Chris, here, you don't need to look at the outline anymore. So let's just really focus on this, because this is what's really going to help a lot of you that have these internal blockers in your mind that you can't do this because of, for whatever reason. So it says, Chris, this is actually a perfect situation. Fiverr rewards traffic you bring yourself. So if you send buyers to your gig, Fiverr's algorithm is going to notice that. And Facebook is still one of the largest free distribution engines on the planet Earth. So below are 20 completely free ways to use Facebook to drive buyers to your Fiverr AI UGC ad gig. These are practical plays, not theory. So here's 20 Facebook strategies. The mind-blowing demo post. So create a short AI UGC demo video of showing a fake product. Again, this would be not just a fake product, but you could do something like how I just found like some products on Amazon. You could use products that are already out there, like a protein powder, a phone case, skincare, and say, I just made this product ad with AI in 30 seconds. I would take it a little step further. Instead of what ChatGPT is telling you, do what I'm telling you, where you think of a very high-end product that everybody already knows, and then you think of a very high-end situation, like something like the CrossFit games, and you have that person holding that product, and then you make a mind-blowing ad, and then you drop that on Facebook. And then ask, if you have had a product, would you want ads like this? And then people with businesses are going to comment, and you reply to every comment, say, I can make these for your brand. And then wait for them to reach out to you. And then you can then send them your Fiverr link in your direct messages, and then you can get people that way. The before, after, and after AI post. So you could show the difference between a normal product photo and then an AI UGC video ad. You can say most brands post boring product photos, but imagine this instead, then show your AI ad. Join small business Facebook groups. So look for groups like small business owners, Shopify entrepreneurs, Etsy sellers, Amazon sellers, print on demand sellers, TikTok shop sellers. All these people, they all need ads. So then once you get in those groups, you don't start asking and pimping yourself out. You're just going to say, I just discovered a way to create product ads using AI actors. This could save brands thousands. And then you show a demo. You wouldn't even have to do that. You could just do what the very first thing was, saying, I just created this with AI in seconds. Does anyone need any product ads? Or you don't even have to say that. Just say, I created this with AI in seconds. What do you all think? And just let people comment on your posts in these groups. You could do a free ad challenge. So you could say, send me your product link. I'll turn one into an AI commercial. You could do the comment magnet strategy. So guess how long it took me to make this ad. Then you post your ad. So you get the idea. I'm not going to read all these. I mean, because I just asked ChatGPT in a second to give me 20, and it just gave me 20. So, I mean, yeah, I could drag it out and read all 20, but you could do the same thing and say, give me 200, and it will give you 200. So I just want to get to the end because I know ChatGPT is always good at explaining things. So the most powerful trick, few people know this, Fiverr loves external traffic. If people click on your Fiverr link from Facebook, your gig is going to rank higher. Fiverr is going to promote it internally. So your Facebook traffic is actually going to help you dominate in the Fiverr search. And then it's giving you the best type of post that could go viral. It's giving you another advanced strategy. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. So you can make AI ads for trending products. So like the Stanley Cups, the Wild bottles, skincare serums, TikTok gadgets, like things that people, when they see, they're going to instantly recognize. And then the real secret, you don't need marketing, you just need attention. So if you post one AI ad, just showing off what you can do every single day, people are going to start asking, how'd you do that? Or they're going to want you to be the person to actually make stuff for them. So that is how you can get over this false belief that you can't get into the business of doing this, because that's a lie. You can totally get into doing this, especially if you follow what I'm teaching you here on YouTube for free, and then actually going and applying it for yourself. So let's go ahead and test one of these just to show you how easy this would be following the stuff that I did. So we created this CrossFit guy, right? So we'll just go ahead and now that I've got him, the quality is 2K. Well, actually before I even show you this, let me do a quick little check-in because I always like to double check. Are you all enjoying everything you're seeing so far? I see people in the chat are chatting, so I want to make sure I'm recognizing those of you that are taking the time to chat. I recently developed a business platform designed to accelerate analysis from the inception of decision through final ownership. The decisions. Would you recommend using Sora? So, if for something like that, if it's something that has to be demoed, does not have to be the person holding the product, I would test creating a script based off of what I just showed you, and then do what I did, like on Higgsfield, run that script with Sora, let it generate, run that script with Kling 3.0, let it generate, and then see which one gives you the best output. Because if the person is not actually holding the product, Sora does usually tend to look a little better in terms of like realistic UGC stuff. And I'm following along with the blueprint in AIville. Would you please add the dimensions and video length you used to the blueprint? I can't exactly rewind the YouTube video right now. I'd have to go into the code and change the thing, but the video length is 10 seconds, and the dimensions is, I recommend starting by generating the video at 720p. It's a lower output just to make sure that the script kind of read well, everything looks good. And then if it, like that Dolly Parton one, killed it. Like I didn't need to change anything. So I would just regenerate that then at 1080p. But 10 seconds is always going to be the best for ads, for sure. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. And this is cool. I agree. That's why I like doing it. All right, so let's go ahead and, again, we're just kind of playing around with this in real time, just so you can all see my workflow on how I go about doing this. So I got this guy, but the quality is in 2K. Remember, when you find an ad or something that you like, you want the quality to be a little better. So now what I would do, knowing I will go with this, I'm going to upscale it. So I'm going to hit upscale. I'm going to make it twice the size. So I'm going to upscale this image. It's going to take usually a second because it's taking this quality image and making it a much higher quality image. To just like the naked eye looking at it, you're not going to think it looks any different at all. But when you zoom in really far, I mean, you'll see like the pores on his face and all kinds of stuff, where at 2K, you don't really see that. While that's generating, let's see, what do I want him to hold? I mentioned Monster Energy. I actually do have a Monster Energy can. Like I'm drinking like a Monster Energy orange dreamsicle right now. So let's do that. Let's go to images.google, Monster Energy orange dreamsicle. Like this is actually what I'm drinking. So let's just go ahead and do a large size, and then I'm just trying to find a very high-end version or high quality version of this product. It looks like Walgreens doesn't have it where I can like copy the image. So I need to go back and just trying to find the actual product itself. A lot of people are doing mock-ups of the product, so I can't get the full high quality version. There we go. This might work. Okay, that's pretty good. So now just going to screenshot this. And I'm going to download it. And then I'm going to, okay, we have the high quality version of this guy, by the way. So I'm going to delete the low quality version now. Okay, now we got the high quality version of him. So I'm going to download him to my computer so I have him. And then I'm just going to I'll call him Mike. And then I've got the Monster Energy. But remember, I need to do a 3x3 grid of the Monster Energy drink. So I need to go back to my little outline here. And if I have a product, I need to create the grid. So this is what I need, this 3x3 grid. So I'm going to pull in the Monster Energy product. And then say create a 3x3 grid of this product in different angles. Okay. And then it's going to generate 4 of them. Now, the problem with this with a can, though, is that it might have like certain things printed on the can on like the back side of it or whatever, and it's not going to be real. So you got to be careful with that. If somebody has a product that has details around all sides of it, and then they're trying to have you make a 3x3 grid of it, make sure that they give you like different angles of the product, and you can just load them all into one, like one prompt, and just say create a 3x3 grid of different angles of this product. And you can just put in all the angles you do have, because you're basically taking all those angles and they're putting it all into one image. And the one image is what you want to download, because that is what is going to allow, when we combine the 3x3 grid image with the actual influencer, it's going to look the most realistic. Whereas if I just have the front on shot of the can, it might not look great. So you can see this takes a little bit of time for this to work. I do like when you are all saying in the chat that you like the demos. So thanks for that. Here we go. This is really good. These are all really good. Okay, so I'm just trying to, you just got to really pick one. I kind of like this one, but I don't like how it has like text on it. It says full front, bottom base, top tab opening. I like one that doesn't have text on it. So go with this one. This has like a gray background though, so I don't know how well that's going to do, but we'll try it out. I'm just going to download this. And we go back to the prompt, and now we got to combine the images of the influencer with the actual Monster Energy product. So now I'm going to go back to Nano Banana 2, which I'm in here now, but still generating images. Okay, so now I'm going to drag in the 3x3 grid product that we created. And I'm also going to drag in, once it is finished uploading, it's going to take a while to upload Mike here because that's the very high quality version. I'm really pushing Higgsfield here with all the different things I'm having to do, but that's okay, because this is what's going to happen whenever you are doing this. You just gotta. That's why I like doing this live, so you can just kind of see how long this stuff takes. And because if you see that loading sign just sitting there for a while, if you don't have patience, you might just be like, "Oh, it's broke." It's not broke. You just gotta like give it some, give it a little bit of time. So now I gotta use a new prompt and say, we're going to say hyper realistic shot of the Monster Energy drink in the influencer's hand. Match the lighting of the product to the environment. That's really important. Bokeh background, cinematic lighting needs to be spelled right. And then, okay, so now I'm going to generate 4 images. It's just like a 2K resolution, because I don't know which one I'm going to like the most, if any of them. Sometimes you might not like any of them at all, and then you're going to have to just go back to the drawing board and generate, another 4 more. So I'm just deleting the ones that I know we're not using. Okay. So now we just kind of sit and we just kind of hang out. Thanks, Sheila, saying you love the show and tell format. Yeah, this is the part that I really get nervous about whenever we're live, is because I'm playing around with this in real time. So there is no editing. There is no, there is no, everything's going to go right all the time. It's just, if something fails or doesn't go right, I will try my best to explain what went wrong, why it went wrong, how can we fix it, and then we try to fix it in real time. So this is really good. However, it looks like he's kind of cut off. He's also cut off here too. So I might have to regenerate and just include the word like a full body shot. If there's not one of, okay, this is pretty good. The can's pretty massive, but I really like this one in the middle, but the can needs to be a little more normal size. Here, we'll do a hyper realistic full body shot of the Monster Energy in the influencer's hand. Okay, because these were really good, but they're just, if we try to turn one into an image or a video, it's the fact that his head's kind of cropped and everything. I don't know how well it would actually perform. I mean, this was probably the best out of all of them, because he could just be like talking, like staring at the camera. I mean, look how crazy that is. And that's actually, that is like in detail, the exact can that I've got in my hand right now. And then even looking closer, I mean, he's got like chalk on his hands, because they use chalk whenever they do these CrossFit competitions. Dripping in sweat. I mean, that's pretty cool. So, okay, let's see here. I tried using an LED bubble gun with the image grid, got the crest refunded. I changed it to LED bubbler, waiting on Higgsfield. Okay, so I'd be careful using Sol 2.0. So I'm not happy with Sol 2.0. So if you're using Higgsfield, definitely you can use Higgsfield for 16:9, but have tried using Nano Banana 2 instead of Sol 2.0. And yeah, using certain words could cause it to just say, "Oh, we can't generate this," and then, but you will get. They are good at giving you a refund on your credits. Okay, so now, okay, a lot of these look kind of weird because as the can is like pushed really close to the camera, it just doesn't feel like right proportions. I would say out of all these, this one is really cool because I'm curious what AI would do with turning this into a video. So for an example, I mean, I would say these other ones are like, this is a good one too. He's holding the can. It's a full body shot. But now that I'm seeing the full body shot, I'm really kind of liking this one. So it almost looks like it could be a mix between a Monster ad and like a Nike ad. So I'm just going to delete all these different things that I don't like. So I'm just highlighting them all and delete them. I always like to keep my workspace kind of cleaned up, where the things that I like to use the most are the things that actually I like the output on. They're front and center. Okay, so now we got this. So now I know I'm going to be turning this into a video. So again, before I do that, I'm going to upscale it. So that's going to take a minute because we're just going to get the highest possible quality we want. So while we're waiting for the highest possible quality, let's create a script. So I'm just going to kind of wing it. I could go follow my script template, but I got rid of that tab. So I'm thinking about the fastest thing I could just do here. So here, we'll just say, well, actually, no, I will need, dang it. Let's wait until this thing generates because I don't want to come back and then I've lost it. Ray says, do you get charged for every picture it generates or just one time in Higgs for Nano? You get charged every time, but it's like nothing. The credits are like, I think with Higgsfield, I get like 1,700 credits a month or something. And like to generate these images is like 8 credits, sometimes or 4 credits. So yeah, it's not much. And if you have Nano Banana, it's kind of a give and take. Like the credit thing, it's like, yeah, you could burn through your credits if you just are generating ridiculous amounts of images in videos. But if you don't want to deal with credits, well, with Higgsfield, what's good is you can generate like 4 and 8 images at a time and then pick your best one. So you're saving a lot of time with Higgsfield. If you don't want to do that, you could totally just go to Gemini and just use Nano Banana and generate them there. But it's much more of a waiting process because you can only deal with one at a time. And personally, I like to be looking at like a whole workspace board like this while I'm working, rather than just looking at inline, like single column kind of chats, I guess. Okay, so I got the high version, so I'm going to download the high version. I'm going to delete the one that I didn't like. Well, I liked it, but it's the lower quality. We're going to delete this one completely because we just didn't go with him. And then, okay, so now I got my very high resolution image we're going to use for an ad. And when I say high resolution, I mean, look at this. Like that is insane quality. So, okay, so we'll call him Mike. And then, oh, Mike's already, I already had a Mike. Say, we'll call him CrossFit Mike. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the video tab. We're going to be using Kling 3.0. And then I'm just going to copy this prompt that I had with Dolly Parton because the whole prompt was what we needed. It was just the dialogue is different. So for those of you that are just kind of not paying attention and you didn't see this prompt earlier, I'll just read it out loud. So UGC style video of the man holding the energy drink. The person's looking directly at the camera as if recording a social media video. This is a scripted line, must be spoken exactly as written. They must read the following dialogue. We could say in a Southern Texas accent. Why not? We'll have him sound like a Southern Texas guy. Exactly as written. Or, you know what? Let's just do something different there. How about in a rough, I don't know, a rough masculine accent? I don't know if that could be, if that would actually be a thing. Exactly as written. Speak the dialogue word for word, and I'll say, I used to struggle getting through competitions. Now with Monster Energy, what is this? Monster Energy Orange Dreamsicle. Okay, Monster Energy Orange Dreamsicle. I'm crushing everybody. Thanks, Chris Luck. The call to action would be like tap the link below or whatever the actual ad would be. So, okay, so we're just going to, I'm curious what this rough masculine accent's going to sound like. It might not match it at all, but oh well. We will now, we're in Kling 3.0 and we are uploading CrossFit Mike. And thank you, Sheila, by saying don't forget to hit the like button. I forget to ask that throughout I usually ask once or twice and I just totally forget. So thank you all to actually saying that. And thank you, quote as well. And then thank you, Michael, by saying thanks for the reminder. Done. Yeah, the like buttons are definitely helping me out to know if what I need to make more of and not more of. Okay, so now we've went ahead and put all that in there. Oh, yeah, I don't know if Dreamsicle is spelled right. So Sicle. Dream SICL. We're just gonna say, well, we'll see if he figures it out. DREAMSICLE. Huh. It must just not be a dictionary word. Okay, so here's something interesting. Now, I didn't do this earlier. We'll do it right now. I'll generate 2 of them so you can see with me spending my money on credits what works better. So you have this feature in Kling where you can enhance the prompt. So you can put in the prompt exactly as it is and leave it, or you can enhance it where it'll actually take your prompt, add whatever it thinks it needs to add to make it a little better. So we will generate one with it enhanced and one without it enhanced. So let me turn it off first. We'll keep it 10 seconds, 720p, and we're going to generate that. Okay, so that is with it not being enhanced. Then I'm going to turn enhanced on and generate another one with enhanced on. Now, I'm wondering if it tells me which one is on and which one isn't. It doesn't. So we're going to know the first one that's like right above Dolly Parton is the unenhanced one. And then the one that's the most recent one is the enhanced one. So this is going to take a second for that to generate. So let me ask for anybody that is here hanging out with me. Is there any specific topics you would like for me to cover this week on my live streams? Because I've got a lot of options of what I can do this week. And I'm just kind of going down the list of things that I just think would kind of be fun to talk about. The reason I went with this was, again, because when I did the live stream on Friday talking about AI affiliate marketing, and I was using UGC video ads or UGC videos with Sora, like live playing around with, you all were enjoying it. So I'm like, oh, it's been a while since I actually did a full live stream about UGC ads specifically. And I've never done one where it's like UGC product placement ads. So that's why I did today, because I just kind of went off of what was on Friday. But if there's anything at all you all want to see specifically, you can let me know. And then I'll be happy to go down a route that you would like. There's a lot of new updates too that have been going on. Like I was thinking about doing a whole live stream today just about Chat GPT 5.3 Instant and then Chat GPT 5.4 and which one should you use for what use case. But that's not as fun as like what we're doing right now. I think what we're doing now is more fun. So that's why I'm just, that's why. But maybe you all want to see that kind of stuff. I don't know. You let me know. Because I like to make these for all of you taking the time to be here. All right, so this is the one that is enhanced. This is the one that is not. So let's download the not enhanced one first. And then I'll name it normal. And these may look terrible because this is the first kind of run going through these. Now, again, if they aren't good, we're going to notice what was not good about them. And then you just go back and edit the prompt a little to add a little more details to whatever you feel like you needed to add. Okay, so I downloaded the normal one and I downloaded the enhanced one. Okay, so now what I'll do is, oh, that's what I was looking for earlier. For those of you that were wondering where you could get the blueprint to this, if you go to AIville, so this was the blueprint that I was going off of today that I put together for all of you with the 3 steps, with the prompts, with the links, all that kind of stuff. You go into AIville. If you're a pro member, you click on AI Blueprints, and it's this brand new one right here, UGC Ad Creator. So when you click on UGC Ad Creator, here it is, right here. So that's, for those of you that were wondering where that was, that's where it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and now look at my AI Gold Rush background I put together. I'm so proud of that background. I did that with Nano Banana too also. Okay, so this is the normal one. So we'll watch this. Again, don't know how this will be, but we'll check it out.
I used to struggle getting through competitions. Now with Monster Energy Orange Dreamsicle, I'm crushing everybody. Thanks, Chris Luck.
That was pretty darn good. I'm not gonna lie. That made me excited. Okay, now here's the enhanced one. This may or may not be better because we just chose for Higgsfield to enhance the prompt. However, it was going to enhance the prompt. So let's check this out.
I used to struggle getting through competitions. Now with Monster Energy Orange Dreamsicle, I'm crushing everybody. Thanks, Chris Luck.
You know what? I didn't even really notice a difference. Honestly, like I was wondering if it maybe changed the camera angles at all a little bit. So here, let's just kind of go through. Then enhance is up top and then not enhance is at the bottom. So it's kind of zooming in. He's looking straight at the camera. He gets excited for a second. And then, okay, that's pretty much it. Okay, he's zooming in. Actually, there's not really much zoom going on. He's looking at the can. I feel like the enhanced one had very subtle changes in the camera where the non-enhanced one did. Like this was constantly moving while he was talking. And it showed more kind of energy as he was talking. So I would say take the prompt that I've given you and definitely, he smiled at the end on the enhanced one. He did not smile at the end on the normal one. So that was a good catch. Thanks, Wendy, for saying that. So I would say definitely go with the enhanced prompt for this. So, by the way, with me coming up with this idea on the fly, we created the guy, we found a product, we made a 3x3 grid of the product, we combined the two into a high quality image, we came up with a dialogue script, we wrote the prompt for that, we created 2 versions of the video, all just right now in real time. Like there is no reason any of you should not be able to do any of this stuff. And this is me like being terrified doing this stuff live because I don't know if it's actually this is all gonna work or not. So the fact that it worked, I feel like I should celebrate and go have margarita. So yeah, the smile at the end definitely does make a difference. So that's good to know. The enhanced version, Michael said, did have better lip sync, more intensity and more wrinkles. I didn't notice that. That's cool that you said that. The enhanced look definitely looked like he was more into it. Okay, cool. So it looks like the votes are in, and you definitely want to do the enhanced version. So cool. Thank you for that. All right, let's go ahead and wrap things up. And I asked for all of you to give me some ideas on what you would like for maybe me to create for live streams coming up this week. So taking a look here, we've got, let's see, we've got Robert says, I'm creating AI posters for the town I live in. Is there any good, I have to offer them for sale? So sites to offer them for sale? If you want to offer your AI posters for sale, the best thing the easiest and fastest way to like stand something up really quick would just be a Shopify store. So you would just go to shopify.com because they have templates and they have templates that are really easy to use. you would pick something that just is very simple. The onboarding process is really good for a new store, like making sure that it's all set up properly. And they have a lot of free templates too. So that's what I would recommend for a website to sell something like that. Because with having posters and stuff, then I assume you're going to be printing these. And if you're going to be printing them, then what's really good with that too is that it'll handle your inventory and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'd recommend. Ray Morrison said, how to make memes where I stick my face on movie scenes. A store changes it and I want to make an intro for I love that idea. And this is actually something that I've been wanting to learn how to do myself. And I never took the time to do it because I personally don't really never thought of a use case where I would be on movie scenes. And I'm really bad with movie trivia. So knowing what scenes would be good to use, but I could just sit with a nice little session with ChatGPT and it could probably help me out. How about this, Ray? I will try my hardest. This will put me on the spot. And then you all can see if this actually worked or not. With how fast and how obsessed I get about this stuff. Like when I have something in my mind I want to create, how much time I put into figuring it out before I teach it, I'll make what you're asking, Ray, tomorrow's live stream. And I'll do my best to have it all figured out before tomorrow. And then I will have to say for sure, here, let me take a look at my calendar real quick. Because I haven't figured out the time I'm going to go live tomorrow yet. I will go live tomorrow, say at 4 p.m. Central, because I will need time to figure this out. But I will figure this out, and then Ray, tomorrow we will talk about putting your face on movie scenes. And I still don't know how to do it, so I'm going to figure it out, and then I'm going to teach you how to do it in the simplest way possible, and then we'll play around with it live. And then by this time tomorrow, you will know how to do it. So thanks for that suggestion. This was great, knowing that you all can give me ideas, because then I don't have to assume what to actually come up with. Gary says book covers and how to adjust them for the spine and back cover. That is a good one, and I will figure that out, and we'll put that on the calendar for this week too. So let me actually make notes of this so I don't forget. I gotta pull. Where's my notepad? I have a notes app that I use, so I need to do movie scene replacements, and then book. I'll just kind of call it just AI book covers in general. If you're strapped on ideas, can we go over durable again? I would say probably not, because there's two other website designers and that I want to play around with. Durable is really good to create for service-based businesses, and that's what it was built for. And I felt like that live stream and that tutorial was really good for that situation. But there's a couple other web builders that I want to really play around with. So keep an eye for those that will be coming out as well. Maybe some more videos on how we can generate ads, because as a children's book author, I think I'll use this for my ads on books and website. Yeah. I'll keep that in mind too. Since I just did an AI ads one this week, I don't want to do another AI ads one this week, but knowing that if a lot of you do like the ad format videos, then yeah, I can definitely add them to the list as well. That a boy, put your face on Iron Man, putting the glove on at the end of the movie for Endgame. Okay. I'm actually gonna make a note of that, because I've got a lot to figure out. My face on Iron Man at the end of the movie Endgame. Okay, putting the glove on. All right, I like that. So some people are like, I would like to see Ray's idea tomorrow. Well, we are definitely going to do that for sure. Okay, so that's pretty much all I got for now. If you want access to the notes that I had today with the prompts and everything, that's only available inside of AIville for pro members. So you would just go to AIville.com, you join up, and then whenever you upgrade to pro, you have access to all of the tools, you have access to all of our blueprints and tutorials, and you have access to our characters, you have access to all the community, you have access to everything inside of AIville when you upgrade to Pro. And I see Susan just came at the request too for various ways to create interactive marketing campaigns. You'll have to let me know maybe the end of tomorrow's live stream. What do you mean by interactive marketing campaigns? Because that could mean a lot of different things. And it will be tomorrow, Michael, it will be 4 p.m. Central. So 4 p.m. Central, because I need enough time to figure out how to do what I'm going to be teaching tomorrow. And then I need to have enough time to, when I'm done, I can have dinner and then take my oldest daughter to horseback riding lessons that she's doing. So that's what I got for now. Thank you so much for being here. If you have not done so already, make sure you please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this kind of stuff so you don't miss any of the ones that I have coming up. And then I'll see you soon. Bye for now.